level flat. Rhythm.
I'm gonna make it last. I give it to you right, girl, whenever you want. So come on, girl, let me take you to another world. You're the one that I love, there ain't no other girl.
Cry for you. This is what I can't deny. Die for you, cry for you. Please don't say goodbye. Die for you, cry for you. This is what I can't deny. Die for you, cry for you. Please don't say goodbye.
Never say goodbye, I'ma die with you. I hate it when you sigh, cause I cry with you. See, I never say goodbye, I'ma die with you. I hate it when you sigh, cause I cry with you.
Say it. BCP Dig 4.
Woo!
Alright! Hello! All my players out there, and welcome to another episode of Gaming Treble. And I am one of your hosts, Torrance Hudson, also known as Hud Zero, aka the old school gamer, aka the Ironheart of Xbox. And I'm going to be introducing my awesome partners, and the one to my awesome right, Mr. Neon Samurai, Mr. Samoan brother from another mother, the one who loves the action RPGs and role-playing games and anything that actually holds a gun, my man, Tony San Miguel. And of course, not last and definitely not least, the ladies' man, the one who loves collectibles, the overachiever, Mr. Johnny Elisea. Oh man, so listen, we had a very, very eventful week. We're gonna talk about quite a few things, in our gaming spit. But first, we're gonna talk about what we've been doing during the week and everything. So, fellas, why don't you go ahead and then kind of spitball? What have you been playing? Mm, where was my invite? um, oh yeah, talk about it. Yeah. Mm. Yeah, I meant to ask you and everything because I mean I did see a couple of like views and stuff like that, what have you. It does give you more of that, a little bit of Donkey Kong Country and a little bit of that Donkey Kong 64 kind of feel at all. Hmm. Okay. Oh. I'm liking it. Oh yeah. Okay. Okay. I, oh wow. You know what? I might have to get my just for that game alone. That's worth the purchase of getting that switch to. You know, nice, awesome, awesome, man. Tony, what about you? What have you been playing? Oh, I agree. Yeah, I I I lower my expectations a little, but if Johnny gets I really got to pay attention. You really got to pay attention. Absolutely. Okay, sounds good. Awesome, cool. No, you stay that way because that keeps you honest. Uh, what do you so what have you been doing, John? Well, it's right. It's right. Yes. The Witcher series is like I didn't really get into the Witcher series until I think Witcher two. I mean, Witcher one I didn't really know too much about because it was PC only, and and so everyone was telling me about it, and I was like, it looked kind of mundane, looked like kind of the average like hack and slash type of thing, but yeah, yeah, yeah. Then I played two. Oh yeah, of course. But then Witcher Two came out. Yeah, and then it came out for the Xbox 360, and I decided, oh, you know what? Let me give it a shot. What the heck, And I actually liked it. And then I was kind of vested. And then when The Witcher 3 was actually announced, and I saw how beautiful CD Projekt Red actually made the game. Oh, breathtaking, breathtaking, and it was and the story was like absolutely fantastic, and just talking about the lore and what was going on that day, but there's also politics involved, and obviously, yeah, exactly, oh, surprisingly it did, yeah, it did, I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, you got my attention, and then you know what? Yeah, yeah. No, no, no. But well, further into the story. Yeah, further into the story, you're gonna find out more about what your actual purpose actually is. Because number one, you don't really want to get into the politics of it, but it gets really, really deep. Like whose side? He's not on anybody's side, and actually dealing with yeah, and all knowing the story behind her and why she's missing and all that stuff, and then you finally find her, you're gonna find out some more dark secrets in there as well. But hey, listen, you know what? If you're an average dude, trust me, the romancing parts are kind of, yeah, hot, very very hot, very very hot. Okay, so that's I'll just leave it at that. I'll leave it to you, everybody. You will find out. You will find out, and you will like it. Absolutely. But and anything else, or can I go next? What? Yeah. Okay, you guys. Okay, well, my turn. Okay, yeah, my turn. Oh, of course. Now, of course, have gotten myself into the RoboCop Rogue City, and yeah, finally, I know, right? And I was like, yeah, so get some Game Pass right now. Yeah, yeah, $30. Yeah, $30. It's a fully separate story. So I mean that's it. What's great about it. But the timing, of course, was very very good because it was the anniversary of RoboCop, the release of RoboCop One that came out in 1987, right? Yeah, 1987. Yeah. And so I was like, well, what the hell? For the celebration of RoboCop, this is like my childhood freaking amazing. If you like action, violence, but so freaking like just crazy good freaking action, you gotta watch RoboCop. Watch RoboCop because just for the hell of it, because it's like ridiculously crazy, dealing with like a weird future where where the police and everything were like not respected, and you have crime just rampant and you're outnumbered and all that stuff, and and you have corporations and everything who will be completely behind it and all that stuff, and you're like, oh, what side are you on? And RoboCop was actually one of the first projects that came out of there, but it turns out that the corporation, I think it was what was it called, C Corp, if I remember correctly. They are the ones, OCP, sorry, OCP, right? And they're the ones that were completely behind everything. And you will find out what side RoboCop actually is on that thing. And of course, if okay, listen, you're gonna already know that thing. You have the first of three objectives, right? Serve the public trust, protect the innocent, uphold the law, and then you notice there's a fourth objective that kind of popped up and everything, and we had a question mark. So obviously it was a safety protocol. So it's awesome. It's awesome. It's action. It's in the game. Yeah, and it's in the game. The game really is. Yeah, and yeah, and it's what's great about it is that it actually sticks with the lore of the story about Murphy and also his struggles and everything with his memory and being human, and that just he's not all machine and stuff like that, but people still treat him as property or product. It's it's so good. I mean, it's so freaking good. Cop 2, right? Which sorry. Yeah, sorry. Here he is. Oh my god. That thing. Can't get downstairs at all. Oh, yeah. Put that bad boy in there. Oh, it'll give you 10 seconds to drop your weapon. Was it 30 seconds? You gave him 30 seconds, something like that? 30 seconds to drop your weapon. And then you dropped his weapon. Oh, that's right. Mm. So definitely worth it. I mean, if you have Game Pass, definitely worth a playthrough. Right now I'm trying to finish the game before I actually decide to purchase Unfinished Business. And then, oh, of course, I didn't want to skip it. I didn't want to skip it, but there was just too many games that I was playing at the time. I was like, do I want to just jump into RoboCop? And then I know I'll be stuck in RoboCop and leave everything behind. And I finally finished speaking Expedition 33. Wait, this is like weeks ago. And now I'm trying to get into other games that I actually have a huge backlog game that I actually just say, hey, you know what? Let me get back into this one. So, yeah, I was thinking about getting that game too. And the thing, they actually, and I heard it had a good story in there too. And, yeah, cool. So, oh yes, yes. Oh, you mean Dragon Quest One and Two remastered, right? That's yeah, yeah. They yeah, absolutely worth it. Oh my gosh, yes. Oh, that's I was thinking about getting that too, and I was like, you know what? That's like one of the games I really want to purchase. I want to do it. I want to do it. I want to do it. Oh yeah. Speaking of which, and everything, yeah, indeed. All right, so while we're talking about Xbox, let's go into the gaming spit. Okay, so let's talk about the first thing. Let's get the bad news out of the way. Microsoft actually is killing movies and TV as of today. They actually went to the storefront and completely turned off purchasing purchasing all movies and TV shows from the Windows and Xbox stores. So you can no longer purchase any movies or purchase any TV shows directly from the Xbox or the Windows stores. Um, this actually was of this morning. Um, it says after 12 years, Microsoft is shutting down its storefront that lets Windows and Xbox users buy or rent movies and TV shows natively on the platform. And as I go down, it says Microsoft announced it's shutting down the movies and TV front of Microsoft Store. So as of today, it's no longer possible to purchase new media content or whether it's on Windows PC or the Xbox Store using the Microsoft Store. And then it says you are still have access, which is the good news. You still have access to all the movies and TV content that you actually have downloaded. So that means if you still have any movies and TV shows on the app, you can still continue to watch and watch any of the shows that you actually have purchased. So that's the good news out of it. But this is something that's been an ongoing trend with Microsoft, of course. They killed off group music. They killed off what was it called again? There was a streaming app they actually had. They they yeah they killed off they killed off Zoom. You know, I mean, they killed off the Windows. I love the Zoom. My gosh, I remember when I was working at GameStop, they had the Zoom actually playing over there. I mean, it was kind of big and bulky. It was actually going after the what do you call it, the not the iPod. Yeah. So it didn't really take off too well though. And they actually did make a new version. Yeah, but they made a new version of the Zune, and then that's when they actually completely took it off the market. I guess it didn't really take off. It seems like every single thing that actually does not reach the numbers that Microsoft likes, they will shut it down. Which I feel that's exactly what they did with the movies and TV app. So now I think the numbers just didn't match up. It just didn't work out for them. Sad. But like I said, the good news is everything that you purchase is still available and still able to watch. For now, you never know what they might have up their sleeve, but it turns out that streaming is their thing. That's the only thing they're starting to care about right now. Is having the streaming apps, and of course Game Pass is still relevant. So it's just just their thing. It's crazy, man. Oh my gosh. So what do you guys think about that? You know, what's your thoughts? Yeah, yeah. Mm, 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 mm. All right. Well, the next topic is actually pretty awesome. Legend of Zelda. They actually finally started casting, and this is what we know so far about the live-action Zelda film. According to Nintendo Life, they said they have the scheduled release is coming out May 7th, 2027. But it was actually delayed a year, actually delayed couple of months actually, because there was actually because of production reasons. Shigeru Miyamoto, who is the awesome wizard over at Nintendo, he's actually going to be backing the film. So he's actually kind of overseeing all the production and all the choices and everything inside it, which is what he did with the Super Mario Brothers movie. Um, so exactly that's his baby. Let's just know it. Super Mario Brothers. Absolutely, yeah, absolutely. And so, who is going to be starring in the Legend of Zelda movie? Well, they actually just announced that Bo Braxton will be playing as Link, playing as Zelda. Sorry, playing as Zelda, and Benjamin Evan Ainsworth will be playing as Link. These are stars that I'm somewhat not quite familiar with, but yeah, they are. Mhm. Wow. So right now we know that Wes Ball is actually going to be the director for The Legend of Zelda. He actually started his career with the short animated film called Ruin, and then he directed Maze Runner, the Maze Runner movies, and he also was a directing project in the upcoming Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. So that was actually that came out I believe it was last year. So he is, he has some some good credits on there. And if you ever seen the Maze Runner movies, they're absolutely amazing, fantastic movies, dystopian, young folks and everything, finding out what's going on in the back. Oh my gosh, you just watch it, watch the whole entire trilogy and everything. You'll thank me later. Um, so I actually trust it in his hands. I'm very sure that The Legend of Zelda will get the same love as he did in most of the films he's done. And since these two actors are completely unknowns, I think it will make the movie a little bit better. So because it actually makes it more intriguing to find out if they actually have the acting chops, if they can play the part. Hopefully, I can see them in their costumes, and of course the yeah, I think they have the most likely probably next year you're gonna probably see a little bit more. But yeah, but we'll stay tuned on that one. And then of course let's talk about the most awesome thing that actually happened. Uh, the Mortal Kombat 2 trailer. Okay, fine. It's action packed, but we still have the skeptical goggles on. Can we say that? To the MK2 trailer. So right now the the trailer is fairly interesting. Let me see if I can actually pull it up. There we go. Yeah, there you go. All right. Yeah. There we go. Yeah. Yeah. Well, here's the thing. Yeah. Well, yeah, exactly. So right now, the the they already know like most of the characters that they actually are released so far. Obviously Kano is back. You have Jade, Johnny Cage. Obviously, he seems like he's going to be like the so-called the focused character in this. Liu Kang obviously is in there. They showed the appearance of Kung Lao in the spirit. Yeah. Uh, well, you didn't see the trailer? Parts of it? Yeah. I mean, my suggestion is that they watch it again, on your own accord, and then see make a judgment call on that one because Mm, you know, oh gosh. You can't. Walking that thin line on the sideline. Oh my god. You know, I mm, mm, mm. Well, that's true. That's true. He's not. Mm, mm. You know, here's the thing. I go ahead. Mm, yeah, I guess I guess you're right. Well, the thing is that Bihan is in the movie. It's just that he's Skybot, not the Zero. And yeah, but I have a feeling that maybe they didn't think on the wavelength of casting his brother playing as being the new Sub Zero. Maybe that's probably another thing. I feel like maybe they should have kind of added him because Bihan's brother, was supposed to supposedly be take on the reign as Sub Zero, which I'm kind of weird, kind of wigged out about. I don't know. This is that what do you think about that? Uh, Um, ooh. You know what? I want Easter eggs. I want Easter eggs really, really badly because I remember in Mortal Kombat, the first Mortal Kombat, when we were talking about the 1990 was Sonic film. Yeah, they had when they actually introduced Reptile. That was awesome. That was like a holy shit moment. That was the one where you actually saw, oh snap, and then the music came on. Everybody in the theater was like, it was so good, so good. Yes, absolutely. And I was like, oh snap! Listen, the whole entire theater was bursting out. They were like, "Oh shoot, Reptile!" And then when they announced Reptile too, oh, that is like goosebumps. I had goosebumps all over my freaking arms and everything. It's when they actually mentioned when he said Reptile. I was like, "Oh, oh man, so good." Yeah. I was like, oh, that's Yep. I tell you what. I would say that was like the best first attempt at having bringing Mortal Kombat to theaters. The best first attempt. It was. It just the marketing was good. The music was good. When and just everything about it was just so good. It was. You know. You know. Yeah. Yes. At the end of the movie, if you actually pay attention to everything, you can actually get the combat codes. And I was like, exactly. You write down the code. Yeah, people didn't know that Easter egg. Which is awesome because we are going to be talking about some awesome things today. We are going to be talking about strategy guides. Strategy guides and what are they still relevant today? Now, everybody who actually was born in probably in the 90s, maybe even into the close to the 2000s, remember, games like companies like Prima Games, remembers games exactly, Freddy Games, and we have yeah, yeah, they had amazing guides for all of your favorite ones, and of course, tips and tricks. Another great magazine that they kind of branched off into some fantastic strategy guides, and of course, some of the first strategy guides that came out for the NES, the Nintendo. Yeah, that's right. My gosh, it it was fantastic. It was amazing, and you know what? It was fun because the discovery, and you're like, wait a minute, I didn't know you can actually do that kind of thing. Where you're looking at the strategy guide, like you get stuck somewhere, and then you look at the strategy guide and that thing, and you do like, duh, oh man, I went the wrong way kind of thing. You know, but of course, what's great about the strategy guides too is they don't really give you everything. They actually do give you kind of like the push, right? But then they don't really give you, okay, well, this is what you can do, but this is up to you kind of thing. It almost gives you the choice because some people don't want to go through like 100% in the because like the strategy guide does not give you 100% everything, and even the end of the book, it doesn't. Yeah, yeah, exactly. And that's what's so cool about them. Now let's discuss what was your first strategy guide that you have ever picked up for any type of game. Let's go around the table on this. Um, Cool. Cool. Well, Tony, how about you? What was your first strategy guide you ever picked up? Oh, it's nice. Oh, that's right. Oh my God. Yes. Oh wow. Oh, the Dreamcast version. Yeah. Yeah. I bet you he does. I bet you he does. Oh my God. Yes, sir. Oh man. Oh mm, man. Oh, there it is. Yes. 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 Oh my God. Let me tell you something. That soundtrack was legendary. Loved every single one. Deadly Stage, my favorite ones. Favorite ones. Deadly Stage, still one of my favorites. And of course, what's it called? Out Stage. Of course, and me. Yeah. Oh, of course. Yes, of course. Mm-hmm. Mm. Absolutely. They always do. No, listen. They have to because they want to take your money. You know this. You have to be cheap. If the computer's cheap, you have to be cheap. Forget about credit. Stop doing all those fancy combos, all that nonsense. You have to go bare bones sometimes. Yeah. High damage, minimal moves. You have to all the time, without fail, and also know how the patterns change because you remember first round. The first round kind of gives you a teaser. Second round, they're there to kick your ass, and that's pretty much how it works. Because it's like it's like first round, oh yeah, no problem, okay, okay, you hit me the first time, cool. Now I'm gonna take you out. Like when you face Geese for the first time, oh my God, yeah, Geese Howard. Listen, he's there to kick your ass. When you face, oh man, all the time. It's crazy. Even super moves, he gets you out of super moves. Rugal, Omega Rugal. That's another one. Mm, mm. Oh man. Oh gosh, man. That's that's the kind of thing that actually gets me sometimes frustrating, and that's the reason why like some strategy guides they only give you but so much. Fighting game strategy guides they only give you but so much. They give you combo opportunities. They tell you, yeah, exactly, and also the some strategy. Yeah, but how, and also to give you some strategy how to actually take out certain enemies, like find out strengths and weaknesses and stuff like that. Who's good against who, and all that stuff. It does that. Like Street Fighter, the strategy guide I think did that. Mortal Kombat, I believe it was Mortal Kombat 3 strategy guide actually did that. Mhm. Yeah. Mm. Surprisingly enough, the Nintendo 64 version was actually pretty damn good, and that was the only one that actually dealt with brutalities. Brutalities were not really introduced until I think the Nintendo 64 version. Oh, okay. Oh, that's right. Okay, that makes sense. And that's it. I think it was acceleration. I think that's what it was. That they added there's an after effect and stuff like that when you actually do enough combos, and you build up the meter, and there's like accelerator move. Mission mode, yeah. They actually reintroduced that in, I believe it was in Mortal Kombat 11. Was it in that? The aggression, the aggression mode, the aggression moves. Uh, it was in the aftermath story was actually just lackluster. I actually played the whole time. It was, I don't know why. I don't know why, but it felt like they left you half the story, and then they said, okay, well we'll give you the aftermath to finish the story. I'm like, what? And then you find out, about how Liu Kang got his power. Yeah, yeah, it was no, no, no. There was the story was very convoluted. The story was very convoluted, and that's the reason why I felt very very disappointed about that. But back to the strategy guides. But my very first strategy guide, believe it or not, was actually the official Nintendo Power magazine. That came out with the NES back in the day with the bundle. It actually came the strategy guide was actually in the box, and it had the maps for The Legend of Zelda, it had maps for Metroid, it had maps for Kid Icarus. Um, yeah, yeah, it was so detailed and so fun and so colorful. I mean literally my book fell apart because I was actually like ripping through it trying to find out. But see, here's the thing. Yes, yes, I did. So I know. I slept with my magazines. Okay, don't judge me. Yeah. So it was my bread and butter. I brought it to school. I usually bring it to school. Me and my friends and everything would go through the strategy guide. We would like share tips and tricks. We were nerds. We were awesome. Yeah, it's all about that. I had an argument and everything about Ikari Warriors, and people were calling it like something different. The Canadian Warriors are like, no, it's not called Canadian. It's called Ikari Warriors. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. It was Canadian, something like that. It was. I was like, I looked at this dude and I think like, like he's an idiot. He really was. No, seriously, he was. Oh, yes. Oh my gosh. And another great game that was actually in there. I mean, of course, Ikari Warriors. It did show the maps of every single stage, where to find the tanks and all that stuff. I was like, okay, that's cool, that's cool. And then, of course, another game, The Legend of Kage, which is actually another fantastic game. That game, that game came out. I don't. Yeah, yeah, but it was so good. I mean, come on, listen, it's an arcade classic, and people didn't realize that people kept on jumping into the trees and stuff like that, and just like breeze to the stage. Dude, use your sword. Don't just use your shurikens. Use your sword because you unlock scrolls. You get special abilities. You get screen clearing freaking moves and stuff like that. But of course the one hit kill. But but also it's one hit kill too. So yeah. But that game, it was so good. Everyone loved the arcade version, but you know what though? The NES version was just as good. And of course, Legend of Kage, I was like one of those games, one of those sleeper hits. And then of course they made a sequel. I forgot what it was called. I think it was called Dragon Sword or something like that. Yeah, it was. I think it was it called Dragon Sword? Yeah, it was called Dragon Sword. Because your sword will extend as you get pieces, like the pieces that you just get, and your sword will. You have the same swinging motion, but your sword gets bigger. So that's why they're collecting pieces. But if you get hit, you get that tiny little sword again. My gosh, but you know what though? The strategy guide was thick. It was like this thick. It was a thick strategy guide. Because they had all the maps. Because they had all the maps. The Legend of Zelda maps and everything were extensive. So but yeah, it didn't. But mm, there was that, and also Metroid's maps and everything were kind of crazy too. So yeah, and trust me, I every single time I always try to find out where the missiles were, where the energy tanks were. I needed to know exactly the strategy and how to beat Ripley, which is actually one of the hardest bosses and everything in that. Yeah, was it Madrid or Maygrid? What the I forget because of him. It's very very hard in the match, but he's easy. Um, you just have to know which missiles to actually use. Uh, Mother Brain was easy too. Yeah, it was getting to her that was the problem because you had these annoying freaking Metroids that you had to deal with. The Metro, the Wii, yeah. Yep. So, that indeed. But Kid Icarus was actually one of the games that you said, okay, thank goodness for the strategy guide because it does get very very difficult as time as the stages go on. He had where to find to get the silver arrows and stuff like that. Being able to get the special jumping shoes. Uh, and also the enemies that you're dealing with because you're actually it's verticality that you're doing. You don't really go side by side. It's all about vertical. Jump, 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 jump. Try not to get hit. Try not to get seen by the Reaper because the Reaper jumps up and goes wee 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 wee, and all these little Reapers come out of nowhere and stuff like that and drains your life. Oh boy, it really awesome, and the bosses are pretty tough too. And once you figure out how to defeat the bosses, things become easier. Yeah, eggplant wizard. Oh yes, turns you into a freaking vegetable. What was it? Yeah. Oh my God. Captain and Game Master. Oh, yeah. Yes. I, you know, I didn't. I didn't like the fact that they actually had Mega Man with that weird voice. You know, saying like, he really sound like a man. mm, yes. I, yeah. The anime in Japan was actually very well received. I actually watched. I think it was one of them before they actually brought it to the states and actually did their own version of Mega Man. So I felt like okay, you know what? I'm digging it. Mega Man, I believe it was not Mega Man X or Mega Man 8. Mega Man 8 was the first one that actually had the anime. Yeah, it's still an amazing game. Mega Man 8, it's so good. Yeah. So and the strategy. That, that's the most interesting kind of cool. That's why it's so cool. And that's why Mega Man 1, I would say, is one of the hardest. Mega Man 2 was a little easier than 1. Mega Man 3, they did make it a little bit more challenging, but it wasn't that bad. Mega Man 4 was starting to get ridiculous. Uh, you know, 5, yeah. Indeed. And then Mega Man 7 came out for the Super NES. Um, that's right. And then, of course, Mega Man 8 came out for the PlayStation. And Sega Saturn. That's right. So, oh, that's right. Yeah, that was like one of those hidden ones. The hidden Easter egg. Mm, mm. You know, I think that's still. You know what? I feel like the Sega Saturn version of certain games were completely underrated. Like for instance, Castlevania Symphony of the Night. Actually, you were able to use certain characters as well. I believe so, which was so freaking awesome. And I was like, oh, you can use them off the bat. Oh, that is hot, you know. And yeah, so I'm saying the Sega Saturn, and also Battle Arena Toshinden Yura was another game that actually had a yeah. The Battle Arena Toshinden was a highly underrated fighting game. I loved it. PlayStation got a good get out of that one. Takara, that company was like one of those companies that kind of was like one of those like under not one under it was an underrated company because they actually ported a lot of SNK games. They ported Fatal Fury and Showdown. Yep. So and it did an amazing port. Super Nintendo port. Yeah, but the thing is though, the Super Nintendo version of Samurai Showdown, that thing was kind of disgraceful because they actually had It was no, it didn't zoom in. It was like, oh, way out there, you have tiny little cactus. I was like, hey, it's tiny. Hey, those, I think they omitted it. Mm. Yeah, there's a flaw on both sides. There's a, yeah, there's a flaw on both sides. Yeah. The Fatal Fury special was very special indeed. When it came because the music, wow, they went all out with the music. Especially when you actually got the secret boss. Obviously, you know the music was really freaking awesome. I was like, oh snap! I was jamming. I was like, okay, okay, and I was like, okay, and I paused the game and the music was still going. I was like, oh, yes, absolutely. Uh, it's and but the thing is though, you wouldn't really discover these games unless you actually dealt with a magazine or a strategy guide that kind of pops up out of nowhere. You're like, oh, I didn't know this game was going to be coming out. Oh, I didn't know the discovery. It's actually amazing. I love it. It gets me excited. Now, I mean, for myself, I still have a few strategy guides that that I still kind of can hang around a little bit. I think, as a matter of fact, I can show you a couple. Just give me a second. Yeah, I'm gonna show. Oh yeah, give me 1 second. The thing I'll show you. I'll show you guys in a minute. I got some cool ones for you. And Tony, you are gonna love this one. Yes, the Mass Effect version of this one right here. Yeah, sorry, it's kind of back. Kind of getting, but indeed. And here's one. And here's one. Mass Effect is one of those games that even though you can choose your own protagonist, your story is yours. Your story is yours. Whatever choice. Yes, and you're right. You can create this part two and three. So awesome. But see, the thing is about three, it's the same ending. The ending is that you can't really change it. It's like, okay, you know what's gonna happen. Yeah, exactly. That's it. That's it. Yep, that's it. Oh, really? Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Mmm. Indeed. Andromeda was a shame. Andromeda was a shame. It was a shame. God. Oh. You know what? See? And that's why we can't. That's why you can't have nice things. That's why you can't have nice things. It makes no damn sense. I mean, why ruin something that was so great? Why have to try to change something that actually, what made Mass Effect what it was? I just don't understand it. What was it? Mm-hmm. And know the lore. At least know the lore. Yes, are. There's a deep connection. So a deep connection between Garrett, between the enemy races and stuff like that. And Joker. Oh my God! Listen, come on, come on. Listen, man. Yes, so awesome. Yes, so awesome. So freaking awesome. The banter back and forth between those. It's hilarious. Oh, jeez. Oh, so awesome. Especially when he didn't. Sometimes when he disagrees and I think who he partnered with, he's like, because I don't really like this, like this guy, down. We don't think it's a good idea, stuff like that, and he kind of gives you the side. Oh yeah, that's true. That's true. Now, another game that I actually like, Lost Odyssey. Yes. Listen, if if you have never played Lost Odyssey and you have an Xbox Series console, or if you still have your Xbox 360, what are you doing? What are you doing? You're not really playing. You're not playing. Listen, if you like Expedition 33, you will definitely love Lost Odyssey. Okay, because there is so much lore about the story, about besides Liam and his journey of being tormented to living forever. Dude, he's seen some shit. He did. He's seen people die, literally, and he's been through it. Listen, all the little stories that he collects throughout the whole entire, like every single time you get a memory link, listen, sit back. It's not really like, there's no animation, there's no facial, there's no nothing. It's just music and then just letters coming down, and you'll see some kind of, a little bit of animation here, like flowing and all that stuff. Read the story. Some of them will bring you to tears. Other ones will bring you to, oh, shoot. And some will be like, damn, he really kind of pushed people off. You will see everything. There are triggers that happen. You meet certain people inside the game, and you talk to certain people inside the game, you will trigger a memory. And those memories and that they will build up. Collect them all. Yes, Hironobu Sakaguchi. Yes, the original creator of the Final Fantasy series. He created this wonderful masterpiece, a masterpiece that was highly underrated, that came out pretty much in between a lot of releases. So it kind of fell under the radar. It came out not too far behind Blue Dragon, which was another great game and everything. I just feel like people need to listen. Even the transitions from the actual game to the full motion video, you could not tell the difference. There's a certain part in the very beginning. You watch the whole entire thing, right? I had the controller down. I was watching the whole thing. I was excited, right? And then my character wasn't moving. I was like, wait, what? Oh, snap! Dude! So good. so good. It's just unbelievable, you know. And I'm like, okay, listen, I'm gushing about the game, but you know what? It still is one of my top 10 RPGs of all, or JRPGs of all time. It still is, and it still will, it always will be. And I will just shout to the, and you know what? Aranobu Sakaguchi-san, please, 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 if you have to, work with anybody. Beg Microsoft. I mean, I don't no, don't beg Microsoft. Microsoft probably, um, somebody, talk to anybody, do a fundraiser. I don't care. Find a way to actually either A, remaster the game, or B, come up with a significant sequel. Because believe it or not, the ending is so open and there's so much story. They have to. This game screams to actually add more. They do. It does. And of course, the game has secret bosses. The game has secret freaking bosses. Each individual character has their own baggage, has their own boss, and their bosses and everything are the ones that you have when you're companioning with certain characters. So when you go to certain areas and you have a certain character, that's the only time that the boss actually gets triggered, and that's crazy. There's one boss. I hate to. Should I spoil it? No, I shouldn't spoil it. Yeah, I'll spoil it anyway. Now, this boss is actually like it's inside a certain house. Okay, you'll find it, and you have a certain character. When you walk into the house, you like to notice all these clocks everywhere. You're like, what the heck is going on? This boss is one of the most badass bosses I've ever dealt with. Why? It has an insta-death move. It has an insta-death move. Right. Yes. Now. I mean, I'm gonna. Oh my God. There's insta-death. Yes. This game is infamous, especially for that. That insta-death, you gotta be strategic with, because trust me, they actually, the enemy actually does it in clockwise motion. It chooses a certain character in a clockwise motion, and that person will be dead. So what you're gonna have to do is say, listen, there's no way to stop it. You just gotta know which character there is, and realize, do not. This is important. Do not use resurrecting tools on characters that resurrect themselves. Do not, because you're going to lose if you do that. Let the character die. After 3 turns, the character is going to come back to life. Every single character that actually you resurrect will actually come back after 3 turns. So think about this when you're doing that. And also be careful of certain spells and everything that actually dispels your moves. You'll actually understand why, and when you face the boss. But so good. Yes, I just gave you guys an awesome strategy Easter egg and everything. And when you face this boss and everything, and you're like, oh, I remember what Zero said. I want to use that strategy. It's so good. Oh man, that's the reason why I love strategy guys. Strategy guys are so amazing, so awesome. Oh, I was so sexy. So, mm. Ooh, yeah. That's another thing I like about that's another thing I like. Yeah, but See, you see, see. Yeah, see, mm, yeah, mm. Yeah, Prince is definitely not dead. Prince is definitely not dead. It really, it's. I mean, it's just tangible. It's tangible art that you can put. Mm, yeah. No, I know. I agree. I agree. Physical is not. Yeah, physical, yeah, yeah. No, no, no. Yeah, because I mean, when it comes boils down to it, the thing like for instance, the posters that are inside the strategy guide, it's only available, through print, and and of course exactly, and most of these strategy guides. And most of these strategy guides are now available, via these PDFs that kind of pop up and say, oh yeah, you can download the PDF now, get the whole entire art a book and some yada yada enchilada. And I'm like, dude, it's not the same. I like to be able to go to my shelf and say, dude, it's just having it inside your hand, having the book inside your hand, just flipping through the pages and looking at the artwork and just seeing the time and the articulation with all the great stuff inside the books. It's just not the same. It's not the same with what. Look, for instance, I have up on the screen Game Facts. You remember Game Facts? I remember Game Facts way back. That's old school. But it's still available today. But right now, it's kind of a shadow of itself because it doesn't really have too much. It has other things that don't really deal with. I mean, it has strategy. Granted, I get it, but they have polls like this. For instance, they have this poll talking about what, on average, how many caffeinated drinks do you consume a day? What? What? What does that have to do with strategy? Does it help me in my A game? Is it does it matter how many or how little drinks that I actually have and everything? Will it be able to help me defeat Ganon? Will it help me be able to find out all the secret levels and everything? Is it matter? I mean, what? Why is that relevant? Is that for like just for algorithm's sake? Come on, bro. It doesn't make no sense, you know. And I mean, now it's just dealing with popular like topic boards and stuff like that, which makes no sense. Um, and yeah, I mean, come on, man, it doesn't make any sense. I mean, it's now a social board. It's pretty much that's what it is now. You know, it has gaming news, popular questions, and all that stuff. But it used to be all about strategy games. You can actually be able to go on there and go strictly to a certain game, and it has strategy guides for a lot of people who have spent time and energy to do a guide. You know, there's so many pictures, but it actually, yeah, holy cow, yes, yes, all those codes. Speaking of codes, ah, yes. Mm-hmm. Yes, sure. So, well, speaking of the strategy guides and Easter eggs, let's talk about codes. Let's talk about Easter eggs and codes. You know, I mean, are they still relevant today? You know, everybody remembers this code right here. I'm gonna pop it up on the screen right here. Yeah, yeah. Here we go. This is yeah. It's the infamous Konami Code. Up, up, down, down, left, right. BA. That right there is the most infamous Konami code. It's the code that rings true. It's the code that if you don't know, you know now. It's one of those things. It's one of those codes that gives you the 30 lives in Contra. It gives you the weapons, unlocked in Gradius. It actually gives you believe it or not, it actually, if you played hardcore, the hardcore Rising that came out for the Xbox Live Arcade, you unlock, yeah, you unlock. That's right, it does. Yes, oh yeah, that is right. That the code, the code lives. The code lives. Mm. Oh, Jesus. DLC? Bro. Oh, that's a slap in the face. That is pure hate. This is for the old school gamers. You DLC. It's $5. $5 for the Konami code added to the game. Oh my god. Wow. But but now let's discuss. Are they relevant today? Do people still use them? I I point to a resounding yes and no because a lot of people find out about these codes through friends, through magazines, by accident. And not a lot of games nowadays, even the modern games, they don't have many Easter eggs added into the game unless it was a game that actually has relevance to a game that we played before. Like for instance, if you actually play through a lot of Street Fighter games, you will actually see Easter eggs kind of popped up in the background. You know, characters. Cause SNK gives love. SNK gives love to all their games. All their fighting games, King of Fighters. You will look in the background and you'll see characters that's relevant from every single series you can possibly think of, and which is what is just so awesome about it. And of course, so certain shooters actually will have a certain Easter egg added into the game just for nostalgia's sake. Like and like for instance, let's see, I think Thunder Force actually has a nice little Easter egg that actually refers to Thunder Force 1 in the game. I think it was in the beginning of the game that actually had something that added into the game. That's so weird and so funky, but so awesome. If you know, Shinobi, another one, the new Shinobi game actually kind of threw in a little bit of love inside there. If you look at I was talking about the new one, that's going to be coming out in yes. If you and if you know, you know. What's the talking about? Yes. Huh? Oh, what was it? Oh goodness gracious, what was it? Oh shoot, the Easter egg. Trying, trying to remember. Was it? No. Oh, jeez, I'm trying to remember. It's been a long time. Yeah, you did. You actually did. Holy cow! Holy cow! Yeah, please, because I'm. What you mean? You mean the stained glass with the windows, right? Yes, great. Yeah. Oh, geez, my God, that was like so simple. I think it's stuck in the back of my head. Oh yeah. Yes, it is. It was the no, not the Goombas. It was no, no, the chain one, the chain one, the one with the chain, right? The balance. Okay, it was the Goomba. There you go. Yeah, okay, so that makes okay. So yeah, that's one on one. Cool. Um, but there's also some amazing little codes, and everybody who's played Grand Theft Auto 3, obviously, listen, those were the infamous codes. Those are the ones where you could actually be able to bring up your wanted level all the way up to 5. There's ones that bring your wanted level all the way to 1. There's codes that actually gives you unlimited weapons. There's codes that actually gave you unlimited freaking like cars and stuff like that, vehicles. Like you can get your tank and you can get all that funky stuff in there. There's like invincibility, another one. Um, My God, that's crazy. I mean, you know what? I mean, that's another thing because I mean, and they actually do this on purpose too. Certain games won't allow you to unlock anything else, or better yet, sometimes if you actually have a code, you won't get a true ending. And they actually will prevent you. Yeah. But mm, well, I mean, if you yeah, so right now on the screen, I don't think you guys can see it, but I'm actually gonna see if I can pop it up for you guys too. The so the cheat codes for all these wonderful games, for the for Grand Theft Auto, you can see for yourself. These are all these codes are you have to do in real time. There is no pause. You are doing all these codes right there. Yeah, and on top of that, you have to do it in succession. So you have to literally do the right two, left one, right two, left down, right up, left down, right up, just to get all weapons and stuff like that. And you do that in real time, just to unlock. It's crazy, and I mean, and believe it or not, these codes. Some people actually memorize these codes and they do it by heart. Every single time you pop in Grand Theft Auto 3, as soon as they pop it in, the code is already embedded in them. They pop the code in, boom, there it is. Oh snap! Oh, I may just get more money. Like for instance, you get $250,000 off the bat. So you do, but that one right there is a pretty decent code. You do that code, and you can be able to go into the store and get all the best weapons right away and all that stuff. Get the best vehicles right away. Come on. You know, full health, full armor, raised wanted level, lower wanted level. Dude, so many pedestrians fight each other. Dude, that's the best one. I actually when you unlock that code, you see people actually gotta literally go. It's almost like watching. What do you call it? What was that movie called again? The yes, yes, exactly. It's crazy, man. And I'm watching them like, oh snap! And you can do pedestrians hate you, so every single pedestrian is actually fighting you or hitting you and everything, no matter what. Got you. Oh man, it's see, this is the fun stuff, man. This is what I'm talking about, and I mean, is it still relevant though? I mean, like, well, for instance, are these codes? Can you do these codes in Grand Theft Auto 5? Some people say, yeah, you can do it, but you have to plug in a certain code and a thing at a certain screen. I said, so you don't do it the old fashioned? Yeah, right. But you don't. Yeah, to the phone, you can just pop it up, right? But I don't know. So, but is the codes that we used to do just kind of tapping it on the controller? Is that has that gone away? For instance, same thing. Legend of Zelda. If you type in the word Zelda, you actually play a second world. Yeah, second class. Yeah, yeah. So that's pretty That's pretty much what it is. Like everything is completely swapped around. Everything's completely swapped around. The first level, if you thought it was the first level, that thing ends up being like the fourth level, and you're like, ah. So nothing's where it's see, but those are the cool. Those are the cool things. Those are the fun things. And that's Justin Bailey. There you go. You get to play as the female counterpart. Yeah, you get to play as whoever without the armor. So that's pretty awesome. My goodness. Yes, that too. My God. Oh yeah, of course. It's kind of I mean I would say like nowadays, like in modern times, we already know about all the old games, but I'm talking about games that are out now. But now we're kind of force fed all this DLC nonsense. Like you can't really like unlock anything unless you actually get the DLC or whatever. So now DLC is the new cheat code, which doesn't make any sense at all. You're using actual money to actually get this, and like for instance, unlocking new characters. Do you unlock secret characters anymore? I mean, is that gone? Like Street Fighter Six, I wish you could be able to unlock a secret character. Dude, we unlock secret characters back in the day. For instance, when you're playing games like Battle Royale Sushingen 3, which is actually I playing that game. Yeah, that one. Unlocking the cool one. Right, and Street Fighter 2, Street Fighter 1. Right. My gosh. That's the fun. That's the fun that I actually miss. Is it? That's my question to you guys. You know, is it relevant today? Is that what people actually care about anymore? Do they even bother to try to look for it anymore? Mortal Kombat used to be amazing when it came to Easter eggs. Mortal Kombat, another one, Easter eggs. Not unlocking, but fighting against Reptile. That's a secret. You know, what's another one? Unlocking another realm in Mortal Kombat 2. That's another one. You know, geez, what's another? That's right. Unlock those characters exactly with the secret codes. That's another one. And at the end, you get to choose which one you want to unlock because you get to see a different ending sequence. Like you get, yeah, yep, yep. And that was so cool. Those are things that I look forward to. Those are things. The discovery was actually so freaking amazing. For instance, and yeah, Jody, go ahead. Mm. Actually, let's go even further. And I'm talking to all the old school heads. The ones this is something I completely missed for the Atari 2600 Adventure. Adventure actually had an Easter egg that I had no idea about. But I actually watched, if you actually watched Ready Player One, um, that that was fantastic. Yeah. But at the end of the movie, that Easter egg and everything, like for instance, that Easter egg was just, they showed how to do the Easter egg. Yeah, but it's a true Easter egg. They added that in the movie, and that was so freaking amazing. It was one of the first. Yeah, it was the yeah. It was but the, it was oh, there's so many cameos. The the great thing about that movie is that the Easter egg was a discovery that was meant to be in the game. Even the director that created that game had that Easter egg the whole time. And people thought, oh, the only thing to do was actually get the magic urn, and that was it. That was the game. Wrong. There's actually an actual ending to Adventure. Where you had to find this weird dot. You had to do a certain sequence, and then you go to a certain part of the screen. Certain part of the screen opens up, and it actually shows the ending credits. And I had no idea about that. We're talking about 25 plus years. 25 plus years, or then some. Actually, even more than that. I would say about almost 30 plus years. I had no idea. I had no idea about that. And then when I watched the movie, I said, wait, what? There's a what? And I thought it was fake. It's real. Even the original creator of the thing, he's still around. He said yes, that was intentional. They actually put that in the game. These people like to break games to discover stuff. Secret bridges, extra lives, secret health power ups. Things that literally kind of break the game. But it's intentionally in the game. For instance, the original I forgot his name. The originator of Street Fighter 2. Believe it or not, combos were a glitch. Combinations. All those buffers. All that was a glitch. Yeah, all that was a glitch, and that glitch became standard. That right there created the combo craze. Who'd have thought? And that's what's so good. That's what's so awesome about video games. Video games has so much discovery, so much to kind of grab you. It's not just going from A to B. It's like finding A, and then you look at A1, and you're like, oh, maybe I could do A2 and A3 before I go to B. That's the beauty of discovery, and which is the reason why Easter eggs are so imperative. It's a staple of video games. I mean, you remember the what do you call it? The Game Genie, right? Game Genie. Yeah, Game Genie. Oh my God! Listen, I tell you, Game Genie was one of those things that I didn't really, kind of grasp onto until I actually worked at Rondi's Video Warehouses a long, long time ago. And I remember going and just taking a look at at a couple of things, and I saw this Game Genie. I was like, what the hell is this? You put the game cartridge in there, you attach it to it, and then you put the whole entire thing in, and then you press down on it. The cartridge is kind of sticking out, so you can't really you can't really close the top, right? And then the screen pops up, and then there's this booklet it comes with. It has all of these codes, and all of the codes actually has these what do you call it? Unlimited health, unlimited lives, unlock new levels, invincibility with Mega Man. I played Mega Man 2. It jumped higher. Oh my God, Mega Man. Mega Man, you know how high Mega Man jumps. Mega Man barely had hops, but you could be able to jump ultra high this time and get into platforms that you normally couldn't. you know, just by unlocking, these things. So freaking awesome. And of course, you can put it in your own codes and make your own discoveries. Actually, matter of fact, you will find more game-breaking codes in the game than you would in the thing. My suggestion is don't do a game-breaking code on Legend of Zelda, especially Legend of Zelda. You're gonna lose everything. You'll lose everything. It's not gonna save your game. Your game is gone. Because I actually did that once, and I wasn't too upset because it was the Legend of Zelda, the Adventures of Link, and I wasn't even that far in the game, so I was like, let me see what I can do, because there was a code you could be able to have unlimited health. There's a code that actually unlocks all of your health bars and stuff like that, the health hearts and stuff like that. Let me see, what was another one that you can actually do? There's one that you can actually be able to bypass enemies, so you don't really get, you can't really, you don't, there's no enemy detection and stuff like that. Cool freaking stuff, man. So, what about you guys? Is there any other code? Oh, how did I forget? How did I forget this one? And I mentioned Mortal Kombat before. You remember the code? Everybody remembers the code for the Genesis. The Blood Code. Yeah, Abacan. Exactly. The Blood Code, that was the shots fired throughout the whole entire industry because the Super NES version of that thing was completely censored. Fatalities were altered, but the graphics were a little bit better than the Genesis. Everyone knows, and also the music, even the sound effects were kind of better. But exactly, yes, the 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 game the game actually had all the fatalities. Even the names were actually inside of the bars. And also, and of course, it also had the Mortal Kombat trailer in the beginning of the game. Mortal Kombat! You listen, this dude still gives me goosebumps. Holy cow! To this day, and I am so glad, so glad, that we actually have the opportunity to see great things like that. That's just so. Oh, that's right. Holy cow! Yes. Oh. Mmm. That's right. Holy cow. Dude. Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, absolutely. But the Ninja Gaiden, the Xbox version, of course, the Xbox version of it, Ninja Gaiden Black. They actually had some unlockables. Also, you can unlock the arcade version of Ninja Gaiden as well as well as the, I think it was like for the. Yep, there you go. That's unfortunate. That's unfortunate though. Yes, the NES version. Well, yeah, I guess so. Um, and what's another one that actually really got me excited? Um, yeah, I think that's a lot of codes that we actually. Oh, that's right. Holy crap! Yeah, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Just remembering stuff like that too. My God. Which is there's still to this very day a game that needs to actually a make its appearance somehow, some way for modern consoles. In arcade form or something. Because I mean, right now, not Midway, but Warner Brothers has their WB has their greasy little grip on all the freaking IPs that Midway Games has actually had in the arcade. Smash TV, freaking Narc, freaking what do you call it? Super Off Road, freaking Sprint, Super Sprint, Super High Impact. Holy crap, dude! Oh, NFL Blitz, all NBA Jam, dude. Listen, I oh that's another one. That's another one that came out in the arcade. Never made it home. Made it home. Never made a home console. Man, you're preaching. You are preaching, man. Gauntlet. Gauntlet should be a no-brainer. That would be an amazing online game. That would be amazing. Dude, can you imagine an online multiplayer freaking Gauntlet? Not just 4 characters. Why not make it 8? Why not? Why not? Yeah, listen. There's already a game right now. There's a game out right now that's kind of in lieu of that called 33 Immortals. It's actually available right now, and I think for game preview on Game Pass. So you can actually try it out now. It's the same kind of concept in a sense. It's almost like Gauntlet, almost not quite, but you actually have 33 players, 33 live players on kicking ass on the sound. 33. That's nuts. I played it once. I played it once. I did. Yeah, dude. We got it. If you download it, play it. I'm actually going to probably re-download it because I had to free up some space. But I would re-download it and play it. I'll probably have to purchase that game. Yeah. All right. Sounds like a plan. We can make that happen. And we are just about almost done. Holy crap! Imagine that. Wow. This is amazing. This is an amazing topic. I mean, guys. I mean, all of you players out there, if you have any games that you actually wanted to get a strategy guide for, or actually have a strategy guide for, or better yet, you are an old school hat, kind of like me, and looking for strategy guides that you used to carry. Let, yeah, all the above. Let let us know. Let us know in the comments. Let us know what you actually discovered. What kind of game would really grabs you? And besides, what card strategy guys do you still have? What poster did you get it for the posters? Did you get it for the soundtracks that were attached to it? Did you get it as a bonus with a pack-in? Hey, let us know. Also, please hit that like and subscribe button too. I didn't notice it. I did throughout the whole entire show. I didn't mention it, but hey, here we're almost there, almost at 100. We're so close, so close. I'm guarantee you. Once we get there, you will discover exactly what we're going to be giving away, and we're going to add your guys' names into a wonderful little package, and we are going to spin the wheel and we are going to give away this wonderful gift. But we won't do it until we hit there. Just letting you know. So the more you actually come subscribe, it's free to subscribe, guys. It's completely free. Just jump on there, jump on board. Come for the ride. We got some amazing shows that are coming up in the future. Sunday's gonna be an amazing one. I'll probably discuss it probably probably tomorrow. Maybe kind of tease it to you. But it's a fun one. You'll definitely won't want to miss this one. So, in turn, let's get out of here. Let's do our outros. So Tony, why don't you go ahead and say goodbye to our wonderful players out there? Sure. Go ahead. Oh. Okay. Hey, listen. Hey. Oh, I got. Yes. Yeah. Feel free, please. I want to see pictures. I want to see proof. I want to see proof. Mm. Oh my. So it looks like I'm gonna have to do some work myself. So freaking amazing. Indeed. All right. Cool. All right. So yeah. What about Johnny? You want to say goodbye to our wonderful players? Indeed. And my 2 cents is strategy guides and everything are still there to help you out, to help you along. Try not to spoil yourself too much. Try to actually do things on your own. But if you need a little push, you need a little find out a little bit, a little hint here and there. It's always free. You know, exactly. Just pick up a strategy guide. Yes, exactly. Indulge the artwork, the music, whatever it might be. If you're a collector, go for it. Just go for it. The strategy guides are still out there to this day, and you might be able to catch a couple of strategy guides that actually are old school. You might find some strategy guides out there also. So you can go to Walden Books, or or not Walden Books. Walden Books doesn't exist anymore. You can go to Barnes and Noble. You can actually go look online. You can go to Amazon. Whatever. eBay. Yes, exactly. Look for the strategy. You might find a good deal. And of course, my final words are another thing. Remember, keep on gaming, keep on leveling up, and of course, we will see you next time on the next Gaming Treble. Have a good night, guys.